Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about 3 basic money skills. The assumption is you must be making and earning money from a job or an investment or a business. The basic skills are spending properly, saving and investing. Third is giving. Money skills number 1 is spending properly. Of course, for those who are really tight on money, then you have to live way below your means. So you have to be very intentional on what you buy and really have a set budget. Spending properly also applies to people with money. Sometimes I get into that bucket where I know that I can afford to buy something, but I really have to think through whether I want it or need it. Sometimes it takes some prompting from my mom and my brother to tell me that go and buy that, you deserve that, you can afford it anyway. Essentially, for people with money, I think there is a point where you really have to enjoy your life with the money that you have. It's not just about saving, and it's also enjoying the money. Work so hard for that money and you manage your money very well anyway. So that's why I think that it's okay to splurge on something and enjoy that money as well. There's no point of making money and having that money and not enjoy life. So there's a certain balance to it. I do drive a luxury car. I live in a blue chip suburb. I don't intend to really change that lifestyle. I like the safety element of living where I live now. I really don't deprive myself of things. If there are things that I wanted to go and buy, I go and buy it, but because I am now living as a minimalist, so my purchases now are more well thought of. My wants and needs has changed. I am perhaps more simpler now because I like simpler things now, and so I hang out with people who like simpler things. And I do agree that money is fun if you have some. Second is saving and learning to invest. No matter how much money you earn from your job, if you don't know how to save and invest, you will end up with zero, or you will end up with very less money in the future or in retirement. Saving money is a big thing. I know people who earn very little, but because they're very good in savings, they are financially free than people. They have double income. They don't know how to save, hence they don't even have emergency money. If you don't live below your means, you'll never be able to save. There are a lot of ways to save money, and so you just have to start thinking of all the little things that you do that cost money and identify things that you can do to save money. I'm not very good with investing, and so I pay people to do that for me. I pay a company to manage my fund. They've been doing well and I'm happy the way they do it. And for the other extra money that I have, I invest it and I make very little money out of it, but it's still making money. I invest some in shares and the others I put on money markets. And because my lifestyle has changed now, I am able to really cut down on my expenses, and all the extra money I get, that goes into my operating costs. So there are a lot of ways to invest. You could go simple or complex. So if you've got bigger portfolio to manage, I would suggest that get professionals to help you do that, but also educate yourself on the basics. So you know that when they're talking to you about, say, stocks and bonds and EFTs, you know very basic of it, but on a high level, you know how your portfolio is managed. Okay, so the third one is giving, and this relates to being generous. As I mentioned it in my previous videos, there is a big correlation between being a generous person and being financially prosperous. So I do believe that they go together. Being a Christian, I do believe that when you follow what the Bible says in terms of giving tithes and offering, and then there is a financial blessing. It's easier to give when you have extra money. Of course, giving is, you also have to be prudent on who you give your money to. You can't just be giving it away. I have been duped by people in the past. I know when I was in uni and when I started working, I had friends who borrowed from me and never paid me back. A couple of them are Christians. I still can remember up to this day what they owe me, but I know that when you are struggling with money, it's quite difficult to think about giving, and hence you really have to go back to the basics on managing what you have. Think of giving as you could easily just give, not in financial term, but really have a more giving and generous spirit. And there are a lot of ways to give, and not just money. Give up your time or services or love or attention to other people, or share what you know. I just believe that the more giving you are, the more you will be financially blessed. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. See you again next time. Cheers. Bye bye.